Good afternoon, students. In the previous video, we learned about the basics of political science and the Indian Constitution. We learned that the Indian Constitution was prepared by a Constituent Assembly, and the head of the Constituent Assembly was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Drafting Committee, the head of Drafting Committee and the chairman of the Drafting Committee was Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. That's the reason that mostly the part of our Indian Constitution was framed by the Drafting Committee, and the Drafting Committee was headed by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. That's the reason that Bhimrao Ambedkar is known as the father of Indian Constitution. Let us start with our first chapter of political science. As I told you that the father of political science is Aristotle. Aristotle is known as the father of political science. So first chapter is Constitution, why and how. संविधान क्यों और कैसे. So first of all, let us start with our introduction. That Constitution is a set of written rules that are accepted by all the people living in a state. There is a word state. India is a state in the eyes of political science. As per the subject, India is not a country, India is state. Garner, who is a political scholar, he said that political science is started with the state and end on the state. अगर राजनीति विज्ञान की भाषा में अगर हम बात करें तो भारत कोई देश नहीं है, भारत एक राज्य है, क्योंकि गार्नर ने कहा था कि राजनीतिक विज्ञान का शुरुआत भी किससे होता है, राज्य से भी होता है, और अंत भी किससे होता है, राज्य से होता है. तो स्टार्ट विद सम बेसिक्स of constitution, that it is a set of written rules. I want to tell you that there are two types of constitution. One is written like India and one is unwritten, that is England. Why England constitution is known as unwritten constitution? Because it was not prepared by the Constituent Assembly. It is the first reason. And second, it was not effective on a fixed date. These are the two reasons that the Constitution of England is called unwritten constitution. There is a definition that according to Gilchrist, the constitution of state is that body of rules and laws, written or unwritten. It may be written or unwritten, which determine the organization of government and the distribution of power to the various organs of government and general principles on which these powers are to be exercised. It means all the powers of the government are specified by the Constitution. The Constitution specifies power between the organs of the government, between the levels of the government, and it is the set of written rules. So this is the complete definition of Constitution. Next concept is that what is the need of constitution. एक बार हम सोच सकते हैं कि बिना अगर सपोज कीजिए कि हमारे स्कूल में टाइम टेबल ना हो. इफ सपोज देर इज़ नो टाइम टेबल इन आवर स्कूल, so there are 9 periods in our school, and if you don't know that who will come in the first period and who will come in the third period, so there will be a chaos in योर माइंड. इट मीन्स कि आपके दिमाग में बिल्कुल क्लियरिटी नहीं रहेगी कि कब क्या होने वाला है. यही कारण है कि आपको फर्स्ट डे ऑनवर्ड्स आपको टाइम टेबल प्रोवाइड कराया जाता है. वी कैन कंपेयर द टाइम टेबल विद आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, दैट व्हाट हैपेंड इन आवर कंट्री, इट इज़ specify the constitution, and what happened in our school, it is also specifies by the timetable, that who will be your class in charge, who will be your subject teacher. So we can simply compare our timetable with the constitution. So we start that the need of Indian constitution. It develops a mutual trust and coordination which is necessary for the different kinds of people to live harmoniously. As you know that India is the land of mainly 6 religions. भारत एक ऐसा देश है जहाँ पर 6 धर्म के लोग रहते हैं. मोर देन 6,000 caste and subcaste, and more than 2,200 languages are speaking, local dialects are speaking in our country India. All these people are bound together because of one thing, that is the constitution. So the different communities, they live together due to the constitution. Second, it highlights the structure of government their composition and division of power specifically. It means that सेंट्रल लेवल पे कौन काम करेगा, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट लेवल पे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, एंड रूरल लेवल पर लोकल गवर्नमेंट काम करेगी. तो ये सारा जो स्ट्रक्चर है गवर्नमेंट का, ये किसके द्वारा क्लैरिफाई किया जाता है? ऑल दिस इज स्पेसिफाइड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ ए कंट्री. नेक्स्ट, इट क्लियरली स्पेसिफाइज द लिमिट्स ऑन द पावर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. सपोज गवर्नमेंट कोई ऐसा लॉ बना देती है विच इज़ अगेंस्ट ऑफ द फंडामेंटल राइट्स ऑफ द पीपल, और इट इज़ नॉट इन फेवर ऑफ पीपल, देन a organ of government, that is judiciary, it has power to dismiss that law if it is not according to the constitution of our country. It clearly specifies the rights of people guaranteed. It means that our fundamental rights are protected by the constitution and by the organ judiciary. There are 6 fundamental rights. It expresses the aspiration of the people in creation of a just society. Yesterday I sent you a picture of preamble. Preamble कहाँ से स्टार्ट होता है? We the people of India. It means that the people are the real ruler of our country. यही वो लोग हैं जो हमारे देश के वास्तविक क्या होते हैं? शासक होते हैं, क्योंकि these people, these voters elected their representative, and after that representative become the government of our country. So all these are related to the need of our constitution. Next one is that what are the factors that make Indian constitution effective? क्या कारण है कि हम सभी वी आर फॉलोइंग द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ आवर कंट्री? व्हाट आर द रीजन्स दैट द लॉज आर इम्प्लीमेंटेड और इफेक्टिव ऑल ओवर द कंट्री? First, written and detailed constitution. Indian constitution is the world's largest written constitution in the world. When Indian constitution was prepared and enforced in 1950, at that time 395 articles was there and 8 schedule and 22 chapter. Now it has 448 articles, 12 schedules and 25 chapters. Why is this so? Because amendment. What is amendment? There is any change in the constitution, that is known as amendment, and till this time more than 100 times the Indian constitution is amended by our parliament. Next one is clear division of power among the 3 wings of the government. So I want to tell you that legislature, executive and judiciary, these are the 3 organs of government. To make the law, it is the work of legislature and headed by cabinet, and cabinet is headed by prime minister. Executive to enforce law, that to implement the law, it is the work of executive, and the president is the head of our executive. Judiciary to explain law, and Chief Justice of India, Sharad Arvind Bobde, is the current Chief Justice of India. It means Supreme Court has power to review the decision of the government. So all these work are specified by the constitution of our country, India. Next, proposes to form a representative legislature to make law. It means, repeated, to make laws. Proposes to form a representative legislature to make law. India is representative democracy. We can't choose our prime minister, president, vice president. We are just choosing our 543 representatives in Lok Sabha, and 250 are the members of Rajya Sabha, which are indirectly elected by the member of Legislative Assembly. Next, proclaims equal civil rights to citizen with some exceptions. During emergency, our fundamental rights can be suspended by the government of our country, India. Otherwise, all the people, they have equal opportunity regarding these rights. Next, Indian Constitution declared India is a state with sovereign. Sovereign means free from the control of external and internal disturbances, and secular, that no official religion, socialist, equal opportunity to all, and republic, that the head of state is an elected person not on a hereditary position. तो sovereign का मतलब होता है प्रभु सत्ता संपन्न, कि कोई भी देश जो बाहरी और आंतरिक दबाव से क्या होता है, मुक्त होता है, और देश के नागरिक अपना शासन स्वयं चला सके. तो all these terms are specified in the previous video. The next, flexible to amend the constitution. There is 3 process by which we can amendment the Indian Constitution if we want to make any change. Clear cut center state relation with the list of subject. Now for this I want to explain on this paper that there are three lists in the Indian Constitution. First one is Union list, which contain 97 subjects. Next one is state list, 66 subject, and the concurrent list which has 52. But at present time, now it adds 100, 61 एट प्रेजेंट में इसमें 100 विषय हैं, इसमें 61 है, और इसमें है इसमें 47, और इसमें अब कितने हैं 52. सो when the Indian Constitution was framed, at that time 97 subjects were there in Union list, at present 100, state list 66, at present 61, and at that time 47, at present 52. यूनियन लिस्ट में जितने भी टॉपिक्स हैं, सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, उन पर केवल सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कानून बना सकती है. स्टेट लिस्ट में जितने भी टॉपिक्स हैं उन पर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, एंड इसमें क्या कर सकती है, बोथ गवर्नमेंट मेक द लॉ ऑन द गिवन सब्जेक्ट. I will make a different video for related to the list, and we will discuss later in the next chapter when we learn a chapter that is फेडरलिज्म. फेडरलिज्म चैप्टर में हम ये सारी चीज़ें पढ़ेंगे. नेक्स्ट है जुडिशियल रिव्यू ऑफ ऑल लॉज मेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट. सपोज Indian government make any laws which is against of the interest of the common people of our country India, and suppose the decisions of government violate the fundamental rights of our citizens, then the judiciary has power to dismiss that law. So these are the reasons which make constitution effective. I think that you understand. Please watch this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.